I said we have to move on with the drama between the LTFRB and the TNCs. I really have moved on. However, because I've seen the other day or last week, I think, that some expert are actually trying to have suggested that Uber should pay a fine of 80 million for the fact that they weren't able to comply with the LTFRB's warning on allowing non-accredited drivers to operate. But as of today, seeing a news at 3 a.m. with the headline that says like this. What the I don't want to curse anymore, man. I'll read the article, like some of it. So it says, the LTFRB bases the fine on the daily earnings of Uber, which estimates to earn between 7 million and 10 million pesos per day by servicing at least 150,000 trips. I'm like, that's already the same, or that's already in the same value of $3.7 million. And just for them to actually lift the suspension and allow them to operate. I'm like, whoa, it's too much. The money is so big, even though that's their own revenue, because that's how their business works. But the way it's actually being presented right now, the way they move their own positions right now, it's just basically corruption, man. They're just doing this for the sake of having more money. One of an official's proposal before is to add more taxis. I'm like, no. You cannot do that. The number of taxis here in Metro Manila, it's already enough. And considering the traffic, they're not helping at all. I'm like, come on, man. It's not really worth it to have and add more taxis here in Metro Manila. Well, I gave a suggestion that could actually also apply on that proposition of one of the officials. Check my previous rant. I think that was on Tackle Tuesdays last week. Anyway, according to LTFRB, the board thus rules to grant the prayer of Uber to lift the order of suspension imposed in its order of the 14th of August 2017, and in lieu thereof imposes a fine of 190 million pesos or $3.7 million. I'm like, here's the thing. They said that the fine will go directly to the National Treasury. What are you going to do with that money, man? There's tons of money in the government, a lot of corrupt officials, corrupt government employees. Why add? I thought that's what we're trying to eradicate under the current administration here. So here's why 190 million. So LTFRB based the fine on the daily earnings of Uber, which as I said earlier, would range between 7 million to 10 million pesos a day. And the amount is arrived at by taking into consideration the number of days that respondents should be suspended in relation to the daily average income, quote unquote, from the LTFRB. But since they were suspended starting August 15 and they've already been suspended for 11 days at that time, so meaning to say they were suspended since August 4, its maximum earnings pegged at 10 million pesos multiplied by the remaining days the LTFRB asked for 190 million, which is 19 days until the end of the month, considering the fact that they multiplied it to that. But did you guys know that some Uber drivers are already being actually, the ones who are full-timing being an Uber partner, they're actually subsidizing by the company itself, Uber, even though they're not driving. They're giving them like an allowance a day. I can actually show you a clip confirming that, because I rode a Grab driver who happens to be an Uber driver himself, and he's not a full-time Uber driver, but one of his friends said that they're being given subsidy while they're fixing the suspension. But here's the clip. I hope I find it, because if the clip still exists, I'll show it to you.
Pero totoo ba na may nakita kasi ako online, hindi ko conspiracy lang ata siya. Nagbibigay daw ng 1-2 a day ang Uber.
Sa friend ko mayroon nangyari sa akin. 2 days na. 2 days na. So nakaka-2 na niya.
Oh, kahit walang pasada.
Despite the computation, Uber can only pay on Tuesday, August 29, while the LTFRB closed on weekends and holidays because there's no work on August 28. It's again, we're currently still in the long weekend though. And it's because of the fact it's a National Heroes Day. LTFRB added that until Uber pays the fine, the TNCs should continue providing assistance to its drivers. Citing Uber's report, the LTFRB said the ride-hailing firm spent 19,140,600 pesos a day in aid for some of the 36,000 Uber drivers. See, they're even shelling out money even if the fact that they are not gaining some. It's not worth it anymore. A senator named Grace Poe, who is actually chairing the Public Services Committee, issued a statement that welcomed the LTFRB decision. However, she was disappointed that the order came too late on Friday, which deprives Uber the chance to immediately pay because the next workday will be on Tuesday, August 29 yet. And it is also frustrating to the fact that they have a long weekend coming, which is this current weekend, and then they have to suffer the inconvenience of having limited transportation choices in going around the metro with their families. How will Uber be able to immediately comply with the LTFRB decision given that banks are closed during the weekend? This is from Poset. Come on, man. It's crazy. Why are they making this worse as it already is? If LTFRB allowed Uber to actually operate, it could be so much easier considering the traffic issue and such. And I'm like, damn man, damn. Not really worth it because even Grab sometimes has their own glitches. To be honest, I had issues with regards to inconsistent pickup locations because, well, I've been inputting my, well, you know the story. I've been ranting that for the past vlogs. So I think that's it for a while now. Let me know your thoughts about this issue in the comment section. This is the next part of Tackle Tuesdays though. Since people are actually fuming about Taylor Swift's comeback and a new track after 3 years, in spite of the controversies and the issues being linked to her name, she's coming back again as playing the victim. She's already been called out with this one so far, as well as her feminist stances, but I've read a commentary from Bustle.com, I'm going to link it down below, that with the headlines that says Taylor Swift hasn't learned a damn thing. And as I actually came upon the thought of the writer of this one, trying to put my thoughts on it, I would actually agree that on the said title, when I shared the article, this is my exact comment. Well, you cannot blame me though. This is just my own opinion basing from the article that I've read. Well, as I've said, she's a socialite nowadays, even if not with her music. She's a royalty. Even though she hasn't learned a damn thing, what she does is really pretty petty. It's like it's becoming her routine already. It's a cycle that she always finds to work in favor for her and capitalize as a part of her new marketing ad to rebrand herself. Because it's so obvious that what happened is not really working well for her. And my end, I just feel that it's not worth it, man. You should still stick to your own signature and to your own thing. Yes, it's music, launching the new song, Look What You Made Me Do. It's a bit dark, but it's not as genuine as you would think. It's basically just a diss track. Not like her Shake It Off, which is also a diss track, but this is a diss track, a deeper diss track, reflecting to his reputation, hence his title. But no, it's not the right avenue to do that. It's a good medium because it's quite therapeutic, but it actually amplifies the negative backlash when it comes to releasing your emotions or your feelings or your life experiences in your own respective chosen medium. And let's keep the positivity going. I mean, there's too much negativities already. It's not really a good one to begin with if that's how you would like to have your own comeback. Let's not do that. I mean, we're all artists or aspiring artists for most of us, not unlike those chosen few select individuals. But to be honest, what I actually said what came into my mind when I first read it is that her victim playing is basically like white privilege. It's too much for me. I mean, it's not right anymore. I'll just end it to that. I think that's so far from my Tackle Tuesdays. It's a 2 topic for today, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. Also share. Let's always open for a good discussion. I always do that for every post. I've been transparent about that. I always say that a lot. So let me know your thoughts and your suggestions, or either two topics that we have for tonight. And also read the article that I'm going to link in. It's just for you to see where I'm basing these informations and how I derive my judgments into it. Because I just need for me to look into more of that, and we had it now. So, for tomorrow,